Afternoon, everyone. I'm Bobby Bama. I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself and the Bobby Bama Channel to YouTube. This is going to be my first video, and I apologize for if I speak in clips or sound like I'm reading it from anything. It's not that. It's just I have a lot to say. My mind's running wide open, and I'm trying not to waste anybody's time by rambling on. So let me get started by saying I want to thank a few people that have encouraged me to produce a video and start my efforts here on YouTube. Predominantly, my biggest supporter is Jay at Prepared Citizens. Another huge supporter is a good friend, Bad Dream, and many others that probably don't even know they've been encouraging me, but they have. My friends on Discord, Arkansas Minuteman, Northern Hillbilly, several others, too many to mention, but those are some of my biggest supporters, and I appreciate every one of them. I told them they may need to be careful what they ask for. Once I get started, I may not stop and you'll get tired of hearing me. Hopefully not. What I wanted to do here real quick is just to introduce myself, introduce the channel, and let you have an idea of what my tentative plans are anyway. Thoughts behind Bobby Bama is to, probably like most every other person on YouTube that starts this, wants to build a community of like-minded people who are not necessarily tier 1 operators or very much experienced in the tactical field. I'm not a tier 1 operator. I've never been in the military. I am former law enforcement and was a career military officer for 20 years. I was 16 when he retired, so the military and the military way of life and thinking was etched into my DNA pretty early on. I own a business and I work full-time, so in my spare time I'm hoping to be able to bring things to YouTube, and hopefully it'll be entertaining and insightful and educational. Me and several others that have been talking about this are in hopes that we will develop a community such as we have in our Discord channel, where open and honest discussions and even arguments can be had. But when it's all said and done, we respect each other's opinion. Sometimes we change our mind, sometimes we're not changing our mind, but at least we're open to the conversation and to be honest enough to tell someone that don't agree with you, but I'll listen to you, what you have to say. My focus, not being a tier 1 operator and not being a gun guy, I'm a fan of my weapon systems. I train with them as often as I can when time allows. I am just not a gun guy. I wish I could say that I am, but I'm not. I am a bit of a gear junkie, but not a gear snob. I believe that there are many useful and valuable, inexpensive options that are afforded to us, and I think we should explore those and keep everything in perspective. We're not going out to capture the next Venezuelan dictator. We're here to hopefully never have to use it, but have it available to us if we need it. So it needs to be reliable, it needs to be workable, it needs to be something that we're all very comfortable with. So we'll explore some of those things. System that I've come up with known as LOT, L-O-T. It stands for Logistics, Operations, and Tactics. It is a system that is not unlike many other systems. It's just one that I've come to think of kind of as my own. It recognizes and delineates the 3 separate tiers of readiness and preparedness. I am a proponent of readiness and preparedness as two separate issues, which we'll discuss later on. There is a distinct difference between being ready and being prepared. One has to do with systems, inventory, things such as that, and then the other goes on from there. But we won't talk about that today. But those are the kind of things that I'm interested in, the kind of things that I'm hoping to bring to YouTube. Hopefully you will enjoy it and stay with me long enough to get a feel for whether or not you enjoy the channel. I would ask if you would, with this first video, if you would hit the like and subscribe button. You can always unsubscribe at a later date, but I would appreciate any support that we can get. Again, I want to thank everyone for their support. I warn you again, be careful what you ask for. Once I get started, I may not stop. Anyway, thanks again. Hope everyone has a good and safe remaining part of the day. And again, I'm Bobby Bama, and encourage everyone to tune in the next time. And till then, stay safe.